Today I'm using the same embossing folder 2 different ways for this fun milestone birthday card.
It's time for another masculine embossing folder idea, starting with a bold background. And we're going to be creating our own background here using a repeat stamped sentiment. So I've chosen some fun bright colours which I love to use on masculine designs. And when I chose my sentiment, I made sure to pick one that was going to stamp well without too many gaps on the background. If you look at this particular sentiment, it's almost a square design, which is going to make it really easy to repeat. And I love to put my elements on an angle in the background. I just think it looks like a lot of fun, but obviously this could be done just more portrait style. It doesn't need to be on an angle. And I also use multiple colors because that just adds more fun to the design. But I also think this would look great tone on tone with a colored cardstock base and just a slightly darker ink stamped with the same sentiment. So we are going to be doing some embossing today, but I want to emboss this background. So that means that I've got to stamp it out first. One thing to be aware, if you haven't got a large stamp like this does make the process much quicker. But this can be done with even lowercase fonts. But one thing to consider then is, the hangy down bits or the uppity bits on letters. I think they're called descenders and ascenders. They can really make it difficult to line stuff up with balance. So maybe if you're not sure, just get a bit of scrap piece of paper and stamp out the sentiment a few times. And that way you can see if it's going to kind of tuck in, because those letters can look great and you can get them nice and neat, but depending on the word that you're stamping. And speaking of what you're stamping, it doesn't have to be a sentiment like this. You could also multiple stamp numbers in a background if you've got like a milestone birthday that you're creating for. And that's actually, this card is for a milestone birthday. It's a 21st birthday in Australia. This is what we consider a birthday that's very special. And I think it's the same or it's very similar in the UK. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments below, what age would you consider like a milestone birthday in your country? Is it, and what country you live in? I think that'd be really interesting, because I think 18 kind of seems like it might be a special birthday, or even like 16. I'd love to know. And I just love this stamping tool. It saves my bacon. Pardon the pun. You'll see why I said that in a minute. But I can restamp, because this is a very solid sentiment. I am making sure to clean off the stamp in between colours, and I'm cleaning off my grid mat in the background as well, because I've had the issue where I've accidentally picked up the ink off the grid mat and smudged my panel and had to start again. So that's just something to be aware of. And if you want more inspiration, click through the playlist in the description below for more embossing folder ideas, which we're about to do right now. This particular panel, it's fairly busy, and I didn't want to lose the ability to read the sentiment. And that's one of the reasons why I did choose a large sentiment to begin with. But I'm being a bit particular about which embossing folder I'm choosing as well. I do want something with a bit of drama, and I think a graphic style design is going to work really well here. But the other one that I really considered was this more panel style with these lines, but it didn't hold enough drama for me. If I want to visualize it, what I do is just grab my cardstock and hold it within the embossing folder like this. And this is just going to let me see what I think it might look like. And I knew in the back of my mind I was going to be doing some double embossing today. And what I'm going to emboss with the folder is some numbers for this milestone 21st. So that made me think the larger patterns in these embossing folders wasn't going to work as well. So I did end up choosing the more graphic compact style, like what's it? Angled mosaic. That's what it's called. So it does have a lot of drama. So I die cut the numbers before I emboss them, because if I embossed a panel first and then ran it back through the die cutting machine, it's going to press down and kind of squish the embossed cardstock again. Obviously, you can do that in that order. You could emboss the cardstock and then cut it to get a different look. It is going to be a more flattened look. But by die cutting my numbers first and then running them through the embossing folder, I'm going to have more drama. And I am making sure to line these up so that they are straight on the cardstock, because there is kind of a line throughout this graphic design. But some patterns aren't going to be as noticeable. And did we say bacon? Every time I see this pig with the wings, I just keep thinking when pigs fly, or when pigs might fly. And I thought it'd be a lot of fun to add these critters. And I don't know why, I've got this real thing about adding critters to masculine cards at the moment. And it's not my usual go-to. But what I have done here, rather than make it coloured perfectly, I did a more graphic style colouring or cartoon style colouring. I think that just changes it up a little bit for a masculine design. But I just wanted to make this card fun. I think having bright colours, that fun added texture and fun designs really works well for masculine cards. And I'll die cut and layer up a second piece if I'm going to be popping something up on the front of a card, just to make it more sturdy. And if I'm adding a textured background to the front of my card, I like to make sure it's going to hold, because it doesn't have as much grip onto the front of the card, and I don't want this to fall apart in the post. So I have been getting in the habit of just adding a little bit of liquid glue along with some nice strong double-sided tape. And by repeating the same texture or the same embossing folder on the two elements, what that's doing is making the design more cohesive. But obviously you could try whatever you have. It's just nice to tie things in. That's why I haven't added too many different colours. And don't feel like you have to just use numbers here as your second element that you're embossing. There's so many other things that you can use. Like, I was thinking maybe some balloons might work well. Even some shapes like stars, hearts, big letters, big die cut letters would work. Frames, labels, tags, banners. So many different things could work here. Even circles. And if you're a person that's not as keen on adding too much dimension to a design to keep the postage down, then these could also be added directly to the card front. Now, I've just used some twine here, but obviously you don't even need to have a flying pig to make this card work, although I think it does help. Because I just love it. It's this pig makes me smile. I mean, it takes the seriousness out of turning 21. So if you want to repeat a design that's similar to this, I'd start with perhaps a large sentiment like this and create your repeat background. Choose an embossing folder, something that's more of a graphic design. Think about what your second element on the front of the card might be. Like 2 or 3 balloons would look really fun here. And you can always add a sub-sentiment beneath them. I think that would look great. Or if you've got a flying pig, maybe you could add one of those too. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed today's card, or if you're going to try this idea, and click on the thumbs up button if you liked the video. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? It's totally free. And I look forward to seeing you back here again real soon. Till then, happy paper crafting. Bye.